If one thing is clear after the president's State of the Union, it's that his performance drew a stark line of contrast between himself and those opposing his policies. In the media, where things are often twisted, Trump is made out to look like an out-of-control leader and his opposition on the left are simply trying to bring sanity back to the situation. But when placed in the same room, and without any propaganda or censorship to twist reality, the truth and contrast between Trump and Democrats is shockingly apparent. Trump controlled the room from start to finish, had command of every issue he spoke of and set out clear goals and policies which will help him achieve those goals. By contrast, the Democrats could be seen for what they truly are. Self-absorbed, pouty brats who only care about opposing Trump at every turn instead of actually trying to work together to keep America on the path to greater prosperity. Nancy Pelosi and other Democrats' refusal to clap when Trump announced that over 1,500 human traffickers were put in jail was one of the more bizarre moments in State of the Union history. The reason is because Trump simply cited a true number, so there was no ideological debate or basis for the Democrats to refuse to applaud. So it seems they simply don't like the idea of human traffickers being caught and jailed. There is no other way to interpret their response given the circumstance and context. This was just one example that showed such a stark contrast between Trump and the Democrats. Another came towards the middle of the speech. When Trump celebrated how women made up 58% of new jobs during his tenure, a group of Democratic women, who had worn all white, suddenly erupted into cheers. The cheers turned into high fives and almost raucous cheering from the women as Trump announced that women now hold more congressional seats than any time in history. The Democratic congresswomen in attendance all started to cheer and point towards each other in a scene of self-congratulation. These are all great achievements for women, but the Democrats managed to embarrass themselves over it. After refusing to applaud or acknowledge any other achievement that has occurred during Trump's presidency, the fact that they erupted into applause seemingly only for an issue directly related to themselves exposed who they truly are. In the end, this was one of Trump's top moments as president and one of his best, if not the best, official speeches he has ever given. All eyes were on him today and many expected a contentious and polarizing speech, but Trump played his hand in the room perfectly. He addressed his differences with Democrats tactfully and presented his goals and vision for America with clarity. What is often lost in the crazy events of the last 2 years is that Trump has zero political experience. During the campaign, he was so quick to beat other Republican candidates that it was almost forgotten that he was doing all of this for the first time and with no political experience. After a speech like this State of the Union, I believe a similar dynamic is at play. Trump has settled into the role of president so quickly, and has adapted so easily, it's easy to forget that this is his first political job. And that's one last takeaway from this State of the Union. We saw Trump now fully adapted and settled into the role of president and in complete command of the office and its responsibilities. We had to wait a few extra days for this State of the Union to finally be delivered, but for Trump supporters and those looking for reassurance that he is still in command of the current situation, it was well worth the wait.